Okay, I know what you're thinking, and you're right. This game is amazing. It might just be a masterpiece. This, on the other hand, yeah, we gotta talk about this. The God of War franchise is one of the best known in gaming. Kratos and his wacky band of friends and frenemies are icons of the PlayStation. With 14 games, including collections and a remaster, and over 50 million copies sold, there's no denying this series is huge. But while 2018's God of War was an incredible experience, it's probably not a good sign for the old games that by far the best entry in the series is the one that ignored 80% of what the previous games did. God of War follows the goofy misadventures of Spartan warrior Kratos. After an epic prank from the Greek god of war Ares, Kratos kills his wife and child. Their remains in the form of ash fuse to his skin as a permanent reminder of his sins. But he also gets really cool twin blades, which are constantly bound to his arms with burning chains. Without describing the plot of every game in the series before 2018, all you really need to know is that Kratos really doesn't like the gods, and the games mostly revolve around him killing them, or them trying to kill him. So what's wrong with them? As previously stated, there have been a lot of these games, which is where my biggest complaint lies. They are all the same. For most of this video I'll be talking about God of War 3, but rest assured, these complaints transfer to almost the entire rest of the franchise. God of War is predominantly a hack and slash series, so most of the gameplay is going from linear area to linear area, cutting down waves of enemies. I'm not against the genre, but it's just been done so much better in other games. When fighting most of the enemies here, I find myself doing the exact same move combination every time, and while it can be satisfying at first, it gets pretty old pretty fast. The game does have quite a few options for attack, but I feel little desire to experiment when this one combo works better than all the others. And then you've got the big enemies, which leads to one of my least favorite things about the game. The setups and visuals to these boss fights are incredible. Look at this, it's amazing. And then the fight starts and I'm just chipping at his health like any other enemy until I get to the next QuickTime event. Speaking of which, again, this looks fantastic, which is why it really sucks that the coolest Kratos ever looks is during these QTEs where I'm just responding to prompts. However, there is more to the series than its combat, although barely. You also get to open chests. Like, kind of a lot of chests. Nice. Most of the rest of the game is pretty underwhelming 3D platforming. Don't you just love platform games with fixed camera angles? And then of course the puzzles. Oh dear god, the puzzles. Yes, the developers put in a bunch of low quality puzzles to stretch out the game. I mean, I appreciate the attempt to vary up the gameplay, but these are just not fun. Outside of the most recent entry into the franchise, God of War feels very much like a relic from an era of gaming gone by. I'm not exactly angry with it, and I'm fine that it got so popular, but I just don't get the hype.